If you've considered replacing your RV's house batteries yourself, you might be intimidated by the tangle of wires, especially if you have 4 or more 6-volt batteries wired in series parallel. But it can be an easy do-it-yourself job, as long as you follow a few simple guidelines and precautions. We replaced both our house and chassis batteries about 4 years ago, after 6 years of service. That took us from this to this. We upgraded to a set of Lifeline AGMs, which outperform lead-acid batteries in every way, but they are very expensive. Even though it was a real splurge, we've been extremely happy with our decision. Regardless of what batteries you choose, here's how to replace them. Since we completed this job 4 years ago, we're going to show you the process, but not the actual work being done. As with many other projects, the most important part is the planning. We start by photographing the top of the battery bank. Now we have a visual record of the wiring layout. That will help us route the cables the exact same way they are now. But a photo isn't nearly enough. We need to draw a diagram of our 4 house batteries. Of course, if you're replacing the chassis batteries as well, include them in the diagram too. We've numbered them 1, 2, 3, and 4. You'll also notice that we've drawn the position of the posts and marked each one with a plus or minus sign corresponding to the hot and cold posts. This diagram is crucial. Without it, there's no way to be certain that we can correctly reattach the electrical connections. Now we'll use short lengths of masking tape to make a small tab on each end of every single cable on every post. Since this is the negative post on battery number 1, we'll mark it as 1- with a Sharpie marker. The other end of the cable is attached to battery number 3 on the negative post, so we'll mark it 3-. We'll do the same with every end of each cable. The end of every cable connected to the negative post of battery number 1 gets labeled 1-. The left front battery is number 3, and the post in the lower right corner is the positive, so the end of every cable attached to that post gets marked 3+. Again, since we already completed this job, we won't be removing the cables today, so we won't tag and mark the rest of the posts. But when you're actually doing the job, be sure to tag every end of every cable on every post, making certain not to miss any. If you'll be removing your chassis batteries, be sure to tag and mark them as well. Before you remove anything, turn off all power coming into the batteries. At the power pedestal, from the generator, and the solar panels. If you don't have an on-off switch for your panels and it's a sunny day, cover them up to prevent them from sending power to the batteries. Also, turn off all power coming from the batteries, inside the RV, and in the engine compartment. Now we're ready to remove the cables, but be careful not to accidentally allow your socket wrench to touch a positive and negative post at the same time. It's dangerous to cross hot and cold terminals and could start a fire or cause an explosion. To keep the wrench safely away from the terminals, use a short socket extension, unless you're looking for a fireworks display. Now, one by one, we can remove all of our cables. Always disconnect the main negative cable leading to the RV first. On our RV, that's this thick cable here. The main negative cable is not only the first one to disconnect, but the last one to reconnect at the end of the job. Once we've disconnected all the cables, we can remove the batteries and set them out of the way. You can see from the jumble of wires hanging down that a photograph alone would never help us reconnect everything. Without the diagram and the numbered tags on the end of each cable, it would be like trying to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. You'll also notice that we've thoroughly cleaned and painted our battery tray with flat black Rust-Oleum and cleaned the end of each cable with a wire brush. Now place your new batteries into the RV. Connect the cables according to the diagram and remove all of the masking tape tags. If you're installing regular lead-acid batteries, Sliding a felt battery washer down over each post before reattaching the cables will help prevent corrosion. This job is all about preparation, and since we were thorough about that, it was a breeze to reassemble everything. If you're unsure how the cables should lie, simply refer to the photo you took before you started. We even ordered a nice new set of hold-down straps, and 4 years later, everything still looks and works like brand new. If you missed our previous video about winterizing our water lines, you can watch it here or click the link in the video description. If you enjoy our channel, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. And be sure to connect with us on our website, RVgeeks.com, where you can subscribe to hear about our newest video tips as soon as they're released. Thanks for watching.